Welcome back to another relaxing ASMR video with me, the Doodler. And today, I thought I would just start doodling some random characters and talk to you and help you get ready for sleep. A lot of us have a lot of thoughts running through our heads, especially when we lay down at night and we don't have anything to distract us. That's why I sometimes enjoy turning on the fan, and I can get a little distraction from the noise. But I'm here to help those that can't find a distraction. I'm going to give you something to focus on, which are my doodles here on the page, and my whispering, soft-speaking voice should help you get ready for bed. Looks like we're starting off with just a regular little face. And I'm using one of my new pens that I got for Christmas. That was a gift from my mother-in-law. They're fantastic pens. I like using the thinnest possible tip. It just feels the best, in my opinion. There we go. Just like that. I think I'm going to add a little horn here, and just to kind of make her special. Just one, doesn't need two. So as I was saying, sometimes people have a hard time sleeping at night because of all the stress from the day, all the different anxiety thoughts that race across their mind. They bounce around in your head while you have nothing to do, such as when you're just laying down trying to get some sleep. And they are so much more intense when there's nothing else to focus on. Maybe you find yourself in a similar situation. And that's why I'm glad you came across my video. Because you need to get to sleep. Focus on this character here. We don't know who this is. We don't know the story behind their face, why they're smiling. So why don't we make one? And then you can have something to focus on, besides those scary thoughts that race around in your head, that are more than likely just over-exaggerated anxieties. Perhaps you feel like people don't like you, or people talk about you, or maybe you feel like you haven't been doing enough with your life and feel trapped in your current situation. But you're trying to get to sleep, remember? So let's just look at this character. I'm going to give him glasses. Maybe he's got bad eyesight, has a hard time reading close things without them. And maybe he loses his glasses all the time, has a hard time finding them. What do you think of that? This here is a princess of a demonic tribe that lives in the underworld. Except she's not exactly evil. Neither are the demons that she works with. She only has one horn because she's still growing. She'll grow a second horn when she's of age to take over, perhaps, her father or mother's position. Now, perhaps you're thinking about these characters now, instead of those thoughts racing through your head. Let's do another character real quick. Another big eye, full of wonder, soaking up the world around it. And a second eye, just as equally big, just as equally wondrous, and seeking the world. This one looks somewhat sad, or concerned in some way. Maybe you're already thinking about what could have caused their sadness. If I angle her mouth down like this, it amplifies her sadness. But perhaps it's more shock than anything else. I wonder what she's looking at. Let's think about what she's looking at. Get out of your own head for just a little bit, and let's look at what she's seeing. Maybe she sees half-price appetizers at Ruby Tuesdays, and she's very much a fan of that restaurant. Maybe she really likes their mozzarella sticks. Maybe we'll make her drool just a little bit. And she's in such wonder that the stars have come out. She can't believe her luck. Half-price appetizers at Ruby Tuesdays. She's blushing because she can't believe her luck. Try and imagine her happiness. She's just a regular person living a regular life, and she gets this much joy from something simplistic. I think we should adopt some of her values. It makes things a lot more enjoyable when we appreciate the small victories. She looks quite happy to have been able to come across half-price appetizers at Ruby Tuesdays. And let's see who we're going to meet over here. We have a smaller eye, not as wide. There we go. Eyebrows are quite high, though. Maybe just on this side, though. Let's see what the other eye looks like. This one, the eyebrow is down more. This gives it a look of confusion or not understanding. Now, because this eyebrow is higher than the other, why don't we make the mouth higher on this side to match this higher eyebrow? Perhaps a couple sweat marks. This guy looks like he's just come across something embarrassing. Perhaps he just walked in on his boss changing in her office. She probably thought everyone went home already, and he had one last question on a project they're working on. So he walked in, and she was changing, perhaps into something nicer. She had a date, and he unknowingly walks in. He says, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were changing. I really didn't see anything. I just had some questions about this project. And now perhaps your mind is filled with the possible outcome of such a scenario. That's the goal, at least. Try and get out of your mind for just a little bit. Don't allow those scary thoughts to take over, especially when you don't have much going on, like when you're laying down for bed. Think of our demon princess with one horn, who isn't quite mature enough to grow the second. Or think of our young man here, who has poor eyesight and needs his glasses to read, but he loses them all the time. Or think of this young girl who finds the joy in all the smallest things she comes across, like half-price appetizers at Ruby Tuesdays. Try and mimic her enjoyment. And think of this embarrassing situation with this young man who accidentally walks in on his boss changing in her office. What kind of possible scenarios could come from that? I hope you enjoyed the video, my dudes. And if you did, feel free to hit that like button before you drift off to sleep. And hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of these types of videos. And if you've already fallen asleep, good night. Take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. And happy doodling.